Imagine you're just a regular person, a comedian, with no political experience, and one day you find yourself in the middle of a battle for freedom, fighting against a superpower. The world is watching, the stakes are incredibly high, and the odds are stacked against you. What would you do? Would you stand tall and fight, or would you run? This is the story of Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, a man who started as a comedian and became the symbol of courage and hope for his country. His journey from the stage to the presidential palace wasn't just a career change, it was a fight for his country's survival and for the future of the world. Today, we'll dive into his extraordinary story, and through this, we will also be practicing and improving our English listening skills. So stick with us as we explore the emotional roller coaster of Zelensky's journey and learn valuable English along the way. Volodymyr Zelensky was not always the man we know today. He was born in 1978 in Kryvyi Rih, Ukraine, to a Jewish family. From a young age, he was known for his quick wit and sense of humor. His love for comedy and performance led him to a career in acting and later producing. Zelensky became a household name in Ukraine for his role in the TV show Servant of the People, where he played a high school teacher who unexpectedly becomes the president of Ukraine. But life, as we know, can take unexpected turns. In 2019, Zelensky made the unthinkable decision to run for president of Ukraine. Despite his complete lack of political experience, he managed to win a resounding victory. It was a stunning rise to power, one that would set the stage for a real-life battle that no one saw coming. In early 2022, just a few years into his presidency, the world was shaken when Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Zelensky's country was under attack. This was no longer a political issue. It was a fight for survival. Despite the looming threat of Russian forces, Zelensky stayed in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. He made it clear to the world that he wasn't running. He wasn't backing down. "I'm not going to leave. I'm staying here. I am not afraid," he said. And just like that, Zelensky became the symbol of resistance. His courage inspired the world. While some thought Ukraine would fall within days, Zelensky's defiance brought the Ukrainian people together in ways no one expected. The war in Ukraine has not been just about soldiers fighting on the battlefield. This is a war for freedom, for the very soul of a nation. And Zelensky has been leading this fight with extraordinary resilience. Every day he addressed the Ukrainian people, speaking to their hearts. He reminded them that their struggle was not in vain. He told them, "We will rebuild. We will rise again. Ukraine will be free." And those words gave hope to millions. Cities were destroyed, lives were shattered, and families were torn apart. But Zelensky never lost faith. His words gave strength to his people in their darkest hours. In addition to his daily addresses, Zelensky became a key figure on the global stage, speaking to parliaments in the UK, the US, the EU, Canada, Germany, Japan, and many others. He didn't just beg for help, he inspired action. Weapons, money, and support began to flow into Ukraine. Suddenly, Ukraine, a small country fighting against a superpower, was no longer alone. While Zelensky led his country through war, his personal life was constantly in the spotlight. He wasn't just a president, he was a father, a husband, and a man who had to deal with the same heartbreaks as any other person. His wife, Olena Zelenska, stood by his side through it all, and together they navigated the storm of war while raising their two children, Alexandra and Kirill. Zelensky's love story is one of resilience and deep connection. He met Olena in school, and their relationship blossomed into marriage in 2003. Despite Olena not initially having a deep interest in politics, she became his greatest supporter. Together, they formed a partnership built on mutual respect and love. Their bond would become crucial as Zelensky faced the unthinkable pressures of leading a country through one of the most difficult wars of the 21st century. But it wasn't just his family that kept him grounded. It was his people. The Ukrainian people became his strength, his inspiration. And though the world saw him as a leader on the front lines of a war, inside, he was a man who fought not just for his country, but for the future of his children, for their right to live in peace. What makes a leader? Is it the ability to make tough decisions, to act in the face of danger, to inspire others when all seems lost? For Zelensky, it's all of these things, and more. Zelensky's leadership was tested in ways no one could have imagined. He didn't back down in the face of overwhelming odds. Even when Russia's powerful military advanced on Kyiv, Zelensky stood his ground. He didn't just lead his people from behind a desk, he led from the front. He went to the front lines. He visited hospitals and military units. He showed his people that he wasn't just a figurehead, he was one of them. This wasn't just about politics. This was about a man fighting for the survival of his country. And in doing so, Zelensky became a symbol of courage that inspired not only Ukrainians, but people all over the world. As the war continues, Zelensky holds on to the hope that one day peace will come. He knows the cost of war all too well, the destruction, the death, the suffering. But even in the darkest moments, he remains steadfast. His message has always been clear. The real victory is not in war, but in peace. He continues to remind the world that Ukraine is not just fighting for its own freedom, it is fighting for the future of the world. A world where tyranny does not reign, where courage and justice prevail. And when this war eventually ends, the world will remember one man who refused to give up, who stood against a superpower, and who fought not just for his country, but for the future of all of us. As we reflect on Zelensky's incredible journey, we see not only the story of a man who became a leader in the most difficult circumstances, but also the story of a country that fought for its freedom against all odds. His journey from comedian to president is a testament to the power of resilience, courage, and determination. He showed the world that no matter how big the enemy, no matter how dark the night, the light of courage will always shine through. His story is a reminder that anything is possible if you have the courage to fight for it. Zelensky had no political experience, no military training, no background in leadership, but he had a willingness to try, and that made all the difference. So, as we look to our own futures, let's remember Zelensky's words. Success is not about where you start. It's about where you decide to go. And no matter where we start, we have the power to shape our own destinies. Zelensky's legacy continues to unfold before our eyes. His determination to lead, to fight for his country, and to inspire the world serves as a powerful lesson for all of us. No dream is too big, no goal is impossible, and the only question is, do you have the courage to fight for it? Whether you're facing personal challenges, professional obstacles, or doubts about your future, remember this: failure is not the end. It's a test. The universe is asking if you really want to achieve your dreams. If you get back up, if you keep moving forward, if you never give up, nothing can stop you. Zelensky's story is proof that with determination, anything is possible. His journey is still ongoing, and it serves as a reminder that we can all achieve greatness if we dare to dream and fight for it.